So I had this idea for this try stuff. Um, and I don't remember if I talked about it when we were doing when we were implementing try. Um, but the the idea is ultimately that a try is um, an either could be considered a function of an either. Um, so let's write it this way: public delegate um, t output or nothing, and then let's call this like a try either or something. T input, T output, in and out, and then it's going to take in T input, input. And so um, either T out, T input, T output, adapt. So just a regular try. So to adapt these, what we'll end up with is returning input yields um, try on input out var output. Well, actually, interestingly enough, either dot create with input return input yields either dot create with input with try uh, there we go, try create with input with try with uh, either dot left. Uh, this is input output yields either dot left of output dot right of nothing, and then this is input yields uh, either dot left of t output right new nothing. I create this is the input, it's the output. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so from a try we can get a try either. Um, I guess just to illustrate the point, let's go the other way. And this is just like try dot, uh, is input yields try on input dot try left. Oh, oh, fascinating. Okay. Whoops. Um, so benefit of this is a try either doesn't have an out parameter, which means that the compiler is much better at type inference. So we can see this by having try create um, be implemented. Well, actually, as we remember, we put try create right here. We're actually not going to need a try create. What we can now do is say adapt um, try, pass in the element and value, and now we select um, and we say left. Uh, so what would this be? Tried, maybe let's call it. Uh, so in this case, it's going to be our new try select element uh, with tried, and here it would be nothing yields the next try selected. And so this is looks similar to like what we didn't really get. I didn't really manage to get try create 3 working. Try create 2 looks similar, but it's really put everything into this wonderful um, adapter here. So we have this try either. I was gonna make a whole big deal actually about because I was thinking we needed a try create that took in a try either, but we don't. So uh, what's going on? Why is this so difficult then? Um, like it almost feels like I don't need this adapter. Oh, snap. Let's not break anything too much yet. Uh, so we'll commit. This is how we'll not break anything too much. So now let's say, okay, we've got try create taking in element, taking in our try, and then uh, element tried yields element. Oh, that's right. So try doesn't take in. Well, I feel very foolish. At this point, I'm just trying to decide if I like this. Mostly, um, if I like having to have the element value here, is the first part, and the second part is this should go in the either factories. But is this really okay to put over there? Or okay is the wrong, like, does it make sense? Does the name make sense? On the one hand, the name makes sense because it's like if it wasn't a try, right? The name makes sense. It's like string create, string convert, something like string create, create from string. Like this might be create from try or something. I don't know. Um, it can't be create try because that looks sounds like it's creating a try and it's not. Try create though sounds like it is a try pattern, which is not. It's not a Boolean with an out parameter. It's a try create, or it's creating from a try, but it's like create from try, like create from stream. What I was just saying usually is like you take in a stream and you're directly doing it using that stream, and then you may have some optional configure like parameters or something. But in this case, like all of these are essential. Actually, all four of them are essential for any of it to work. So it's not quite like a create from stream. So it's like, yeah. So maybe I should just call it create. And then, yeah, the other part is Like what are the cases where you'd want the left factory to take in both values? Hmm. Oh, wow, and this actually looks quite a lot like this. Like up here, I was obviously thinking then you add the factories in here. Um, that's kind of fascinating. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied. I still have some naming thinking to do. But yeah, we get rid of this stuff. We can get rid of all of this. Okay. Oops, that's good. What's that software? Okay, get rid of that. Hmm. So now I'm wondering about this because I think really what I'm doing with this name is the same as we did for try select. Because like try select is a select that leverages a try, so it's kind of like it is a try. And this would be a create that leverages a try. Hmm. So maybe the try select is a bad precedence, or maybe naming is gonna be a little like what a try method name means is a little bit more context based. Okay. I don't remember when I wrote this, but that was the whole idea of what I just talked about. So, oh, it is the whole idea, but this is asking a different question, which is, do I want to have overloads with like what I had before as try either? And I'm gonna go with no. Sorry, so what I'm thinking about now is I almost feel like I got away with not having the try either delegate here. Um, and so the longer I hold off on, like, if I end up needing that, I kind of hate having the current try. If I end up needing try either, I really feel like I should actually just redefine this to be the delegate that returns an either of T output or nothing. Um, and then if I do that, then the longer I've waited to do that, the more stuff there is that would need to be moved over. And like I'll probably have built some patterns around it and some precedents and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to see if I can think through it. On the other hand, this is kind of just a refactoring kind of thing. So I should probably hold off on refactoring until I actually need it. Like right now, if I couldn't have done this little trick here, um, then I would need to try either, and I would think, great, I should probably go and adjust all the other stuff, like redefine try to be try either, and then go and change everything else to use that, um, and just do it at that point. So, um, yeah, let's take the agile approach here and just not mess with it until we actually need it. Okay, great. So that, and now pull try create into sorry, I was all over the place right now. I was just reading a note I wrote about apply async. Um, yeah, I didn't document why I did this. Um, yeah, I should. I was reading a different note I had. Um, let me just show this. So I was reading this note and it got me thinking, did I actually ever document why I needed to apply async? Because this is, uh, if you recall, you can actually pass in async maps into apply. And now I'm actually forgetting, was it that if I had this apply overload that took in the tasks, was that actually still calling this one for some reason? Or was this because I was thinking about the naming? I feel like I wrote this somewhere. Um, but yeah, was it about the fact that, yeah, I think it was. I'm going to have to rediscover and I'll write it down this time. But was it because this overload was being called instead of this overload, and so I needed a way to make sure this overload gets called. Um, sorry, I remember why I needed a second one. The reason for that is because configure await won't be honored in certain cases, um, and so what I needed to, so I needed a second one, but I think um, I needed to name it differently because this was getting called anyway. But if it wasn't, this question about the naming it does still apply. So I need to go rediscover that and see if I want see what I want to do about this thing, if I want them to be named the same or not. Um, and then the other thing I was just thinking, uh, try create. Yeah, so this I wanted to add a topic if does the name either.try create and new select makes sense. They aren't actually the try pattern. Um, so now I can do this. Oops. Uh, gotta try create. This can go away. actually not knowing how to do it. I do it like this, right? Okay. Oh, before I skip straight to the unit tests, let's do a code review. Good on namespace now. We don't have any new types, so we don't need all of that stuff. Exception documentation is next. So, well, precondition checks. Let's just double check here. So discriminator, left factory, right factory. This could technically be null. Um, the discriminator could do something on null. So, okay, great. Um, so then exception documentation. Now, discriminator is not, if I remember right, not expected to throw. Okay. These are not expected to throw. So this throws if the default left was used. We're good on that. We're good here. So that's actually it. Great. Got exceptions documented. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I needed to placeholder. Okay. Didn't mess up the XML doc. Don't need to do's. Nope. Uh, any exceptions? No. Submissions? No. And the line, this one. Great. Okay. So now we're on unit tests. Sorry, I want to make sure that I actually need this first. So select left. Means it's an element. Yeah, so right is the error case. So if it is left, then we have more to do, basically. And so if we have more to do, we're saying create an either um, because we want to have a new node. So create an either. Um, oh, not because we want to have a new node. Here we need an either because we either are taking this element or we're not taking this element. So the case where we are, the try needs to match the value, and so we're going to get a new try select element. We took the element. But if it didn't, if that element, if the current element didn't match the try, then we try select the next element. So now we've got these two either's. I don't remember if an element is an either. No, it's not. So we don't have two eithers. What we have now is ah, we have an either where the left is something, the element in this case, and the right is a node, which is an either. So we have an either where the right side is an either. And the right side's either is the right side either. Its left is the same as the left that the parent either has. And so we need a select many right to say we're selecting the right side of the either to collapse the lefts. So the result of this is now we're either an element or we're in, yeah, that's weird, an either of error empty. And that looks awfully like a query result node. So I wonder why we need the select many left. Oh, okay. So yes, so we have this either here that is a query result node. So this select left is now, we're saying that the element is now its own query result node. So the left side is the query result node, and the right side is the terminal. So from here, we've got a left that's in either, where its right is the same as the right of the parent either. So we need a select many left to collapse the rights. And that's exactly what happens here. So if we look at select left, we've got either of an either. Well, either and an either, but anyway. And so we need to get those lefts to the left side, the rights of the left side to collapse. We need the right of the left side to collapse with the right of the parent. Cool. All right. I think all that makes sense. Good. So now try create with a null discriminator. Um, null exception. Try create value parse value plus parsed. And so in this case, we're going to do value, and the other one is value. And in this case, we're going to just take the value. Oh, this was supposed to be null. Nice. that was pretty good progress. I'm pretty happy about that. Um, that is, though, all I've got for today. So I'm gonna push, and I'll see y'all next time.